To begin, welcome to this video on financial freedom in college and why saving 30% is non-negotiable. Although having tuition, rent, and books covered is a huge advantage, it can create a false sense of financial security. In reality, independent living introduces personal expenses that pile up quickly. In this video, we will break down the hidden costs, the 30% savings rule, a practical budgeting mindset, whether you should work during school, and a concrete action plan you can start today. Next, here is our roadmap. We will start with a reality check about personal expenses, then explore the 30% savings rule. After that, we will shift your budgeting mindset, examine the pros and cons of working during college, and give you a step-by-step action plan. Additionally, we will cover privacy strategies, test your knowledge with quick quizzes, and finish with key takeaways and a concise summary. Now let's ground ourselves in reality. Even when tuition, rent, and books are fully covered, the day-to-day lifestyle costs remain. These include late-night food or meals off the plan, ride shares or public transit, personal care items, laundry, streaming subscriptions, social events, and emergency technology needs like charging cables or replacement headphones. Moreover, a starting cushion like $1,000 can disappear in weeks. Therefore, you need a proactive plan for ongoing income and savings rather than relying on past savings. Moving on, here are the most common personal expenses students underestimate: off-meal plan food and snacks, ride shares or transit, toiletries and cleaning supplies, laundry, printing, and miscellaneous fees, social activities such as club dues and event tickets, recurring costs like phone bills and subscriptions, and technology surprises including chargers, adapters, or minor repairs. Importantly, these are recurring and unpredictable, which is why a strong savings habit is essential. Furthermore, this flow chart shows the ideal money path for a student. Income flows in from part-time work, stipends, or gifts. First, you set aside 30% for savings. Then those savings move into high-yield savings accounts and broad market index funds as appropriate. Meanwhile, from the remaining income, you cover essentials such as the phone bill, groceries, and transportation. After essentials, discretionary spending funds social life, entertainment, and minor tech needs. Finally, the savings create an emergency cushion that ultimately supports long-term stability. This pay-yourself-first approach ensures consistency. Next, let's define the golden rule. Save a minimum of 30% of all income. This percentage builds resilience against surprises and seeds future investing in diversified index funds. If you can save more before school begins, you should do so, because no one regrets oversaving. For clarity, here are examples. At $600 of monthly income, save $180. At $1,000, save $300. And at $1,500, save $450. To stay disciplined, automate the transfer to savings on the day you receive income. Continuing, this pie chart visualizes a simple allocation: 30% to saving and investing, 50% to essentials like phone, groceries, and transit, and 20% to discretionary spending. Although the exact percentages can be adjusted, the core non-negotiable is the 30% saved first. This image helps you quickly gauge whether your current spending aligns with a sustainable plan. Now adopt this practical budgeting shift. First, list your fixed essentials such as the phone bill, groceries, and transportation. Second, estimate a modest, realistic budget for social life and events. Third, automate 30% savings immediately when income arrives. Fourth, convert monthly numbers into weekly spending caps to simplify decisions. Fifth, review every Sunday to adjust next week's caps based on what's left. Sixth, maintain your emergency buffer in a high-yield savings account and invest only the stable surplus after several consistent months. This process reduces stress and keeps you proactive. After that, here are 3 sample monthly budgets. At $600, save $180, allocate $300 to essentials, and $120 to discretionary spending. At $1,000, save $300, essentials at $500, discretionary at $200. At $1,500, save $450, essentials at $750, discretionary at $300. These numbers are examples, so adjust to your costs while protecting the 30% savings. Now it's quiz time. The question is, what is the non-negotiable minimum savings target for college income in this framework? Your options are 10% of income, 20% of income, 30% of income, or whatever is left over at month end. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. Next, the correct answer is 30% of income. This figure builds resilience, funds an emergency cushion, and supports future investing. It is saved first rather than last. Meanwhile, let's compare working part-time during college versus not working. Working part-time provides ongoing income for essentials and discretionary spending, protects your pre-college savings from depletion, and builds valuable experience and references. However, it demands disciplined scheduling and time management. In contrast, not working offers more immediate free time, but it increases the risk of burning through savings, reduces opportunities to build experience, and can lead to stress when unexpected costs arise. A financially resilient choice is usually to work a reasonable amount without hurting academic performance. Additionally, a smart work strategy is to earn enough to cover essentials and maintain the 30% savings while protecting your grades. This means choosing flexible campus jobs, setting clear weekly hour limits, and aligning shifts with low-intensity academic times. Balance is the goal, not maximum hours. Moreover, this timeline maps your first-year strategy. From June to August, increase work hours, open a high-yield savings account, automate transfers, and build a starter emergency fund. From September to December, track spending weekly, maintain the 30% savings, adjust your weekly caps, and protect your GPA. From January to March, recalibrate the budget and apply for paid campus roles or internships. From April to May, review your annual savings rate, roll stable excess into a broad index fund, and plan summer work hours. Subsequently, keep your financial life confidential. Treat your income and balances as private information and avoid discussing them socially. Bragging can invite pressure, comparisons, or requests for money. Instead, use neutral phrases like, "I am on a budget this month," and suggest low-cost alternatives to maintain friendships without overspending. Building on that, here is a simple 7-day reset playbook. On day 1, list essentials and their costs. On day 2, open a high-yield savings account and set automatic transfers for 30%. On day 3, create weekly spending caps. On day 4, audit subscriptions and cancel at least one. On day 5, research campus job options and apply. On day 6, assemble a small emergency kit with a charger, medications, and detergent. On day 7, run a trial week and review your results on Sunday. If your income is irregular, still transfer 30% from each deposit immediately. Next, here is the second quiz. The question is, which budgeting approach reduces stress and keeps you proactive according to this video? The options are: save whatever is left at month end, spend everything first, then borrow if needed, budget essentials and fun, then automate 30% savings immediately, or ignore budgets and just track receipts. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. Afterward, the correct answer is to budget essentials and discretionary spending, then automate the 30% savings immediately. This approach prevents overspending and reduces stress by paying yourself first. In summary, the key points are: personal expenses add up rapidly, so plan proactively. Save at least 30% of all income before anything else. Use weekly spending caps and Sunday reviews for control. Working part-time is typically the resilient choice. Keep your finances private to avoid pressure. Finally, start now, because pre-college savings and habits compound your advantage. To wrap up, choose a part-time job that fits your academic schedule, automate 30% savings on every deposit, map your essentials with weekly caps, review your plan each week, and invest only the stable surplus over time. Protect your GPA and keep your finances private so you can focus on your long-term goals. Before we finish, please note this important disclaimer. This video is educational and does not constitute financial, legal, or tax advice. You should do your own research and consider consulting a qualified professional for guidance tailored to your situation. Finally, thanks for watching. If this helped, please like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more student money content. In the comments, share your best savings tip or your favorite low-cost campus hack so others can benefit too.